While people have been focused on the destruction of Gaza, Israel has been setting the stage for the full annexation of the occupied West Bank. For the past 18 months, airstrikes and bulldozers have demolished thousands of Palestinian homes, and Israeli settlers have expanded their presence at an unprecedented rate. Through UN data, satellite photos and mapping analysis, Al Jazeera's digital investigations unit SANAD has uncovered a systematic effort by Israel to reshape the geography of the West Bank. Satellite analysis reveals that much of Israel's focus has been on the north, mainly Jenin, Tulkarem, and Nur Shams. Historically, there have been fewer settlements here because of a stronger Palestinian resistance. But since the war on Gaza, these areas have been under constant attack by Israeli forces. So what exactly is Israel's plan? One of its strategies is settlement expansions. In November 2024, Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich posted that 2025 will be the year of sovereignty in Judea and Samaria. In other words, full annexation. Smotrich is in charge of settlements, and under him, they've been expanding. A report by Peace Now, an Israeli NGO, found that 59 new outposts were established in 2024. Overall, between 2023 to 2024, there were 90 settlements and outposts. Settlers have also become more violent and acted with more impunity. Testimonies from the village of Herbet Zanuta describe homes and water sources being destroyed, forcing residents to flee. Yesh Din, an Israeli rights group, found that since 2005, 94% of these crimes go unpunished, making it a free-for-all. Another key Israeli strategy is the use of displacement, which it frames as necessary for security. Driving much of this is its military Operation Iron Wall. The operation started in Jenin, then expanded to Tulkarem, and recently Nur Shams. Its stated aim is to root out so-called terrorists. Tanks were even sent to the West Bank for the first time in 20 years. Iron Wall is just one of many military incursions that have been happening since October 7th. And the result is the displacement of thousands of Palestinians. From October 7, 2023 to June 2024, the highest displacements happened in the refugee camps in Nur Shams, Jenin, and Tulkarem. UN data from October 2023 to March 2025 shows violence across the West Bank was also concentrated in these three areas. Jenin and its camp had the highest deaths at 173. Amnesty International has condemned these actions as brutal, citing unlawful killings and denial of medical care. Another Israeli strategy is to demolish homes and roads to further dismantle Palestinian communities. Satellite imagery shows the scale of devastation in Jenin, Tulkarem, and Nur Shams. In Tulkarem and the Nur Shams camp, 12.5 kilometers of road networks were destroyed. Widespread destruction to buildings can also be seen in this image. Inside the Jenin camp, 17.5 kilometers of road networks were demolished. Again, more destroyed buildings can be seen. UN data found that since October 2023, 205 buildings were destroyed in the Tulkarem refugee camp, the second largest in the West Bank. And it's not just buildings that have been destroyed. In 2024, the UN documented 1,768 demolished structures, including agricultural and infrastructure facilities. It's a significant increase compared to previous years. In addition, the Israeli military has also intensified movement restrictions, with 878 checkpoints in place by November 2024. These blockades, which only apply to Palestinians and not Israeli settlers, limit and disrupt access to basic services. We've seen these tactics before in Gaza, from blowing up homes to launching airstrikes. Israel is making these camps so uninhabitable that Palestinians have no choice but to leave. Israel says its strategy in the West Bank is to root out militant groups, but its actions on the ground show it goes beyond this. The UN rights chief has described them as acts of annexation that are in breach of international law. With attention around the world focused on Gaza, this quiet takeover of the occupied West Bank is picking up speed, leaving little room for a Palestinian future.